Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, folks. XDC Network, the future of real world blockchain adoption. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And, folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. Anyways, folks, let's see what's happening with XDC in real time and how it is shaping the world of finance. Folks, we're going to be checking this video out as well, tokenizing trade finance. We're going to be checking out what Ender Kesterman has to offer and tell us about the XDC network, tokenized trade finance instruments. Before that, let's see what XDC has been up to. Look at this, folks. A global thank you. XDC Network is celebrating 6 years on mainnet, 8 years in existence, contributing to the future of real world blockchain adoption. How it has done that. Let us check this out. This is the XDC Network journey. Developers building the future. Node operators are securing the chain. Institutional partners are scaling tokenization. Wallets, decentralized exchanges, and exchanges enabling access. And the passionate global community is fueling the mission of XDC, and that mission goes from trade finance to tokenized real world assets, all the way to cross border payments, to deep in infrastructure, Internet of Things, you name it. XDC Network wants to do it all. It wants to shape the world of finance as a whole. So they are trying to prove that blockchain can indeed meet the real world. Look at this, how it is doing that by forging partnerships consistently and persistently. XDC Network has partnered with Bitso business to deliver fast, low-cost cross-border payments from the United States to Mexico. With over $63 billion in inbound remittances, Mexico ranks second globally, while the United States leads the world in outbound remittance volume with an annual total exceeding $70 billion. So this is a corridor that is being created and a power partnership that can help businesses and individuals to send money across borders. Real-time USD, MXN conversion, ideal for SMEs and fintechs. Obviously, the small to medium enterprises and fintechs, they more than the bigger businesses that have a lot of money, folks. These small businesses suffer a lot because they want to make a name for themselves. They want fast delivery, cheaper delivery, more fast transactions. The ISO 20022 compliant infrastructure built for what? For scalability and inclusion. By inclusion, we mean including all the unbanked people, the individuals, empowering them, working for the global south, like Stellar also has done that. So this is the way to go when it comes to innovation. Okay, look at this. XDC Network is once again thrilled to partner with the Digital Economy Council of Australia. So do check that out. If someone is in Australia, they can go and check this event out on day one. This is the fireside chat on supply chains and provenance. By the way, look at the topics over here that XDC is covering in XDC Australia. Supply chains and provenance. So as you know, logistics is also one of the most important things when it comes to global trade finance, supply chains, and everything. So they're covering that. DLT panel on digital money rails. These are all categories, by the way. These are all the segments that XDC wants to disrupt as well. Stable coins, the trade digitalization experience. This is what we're talking about. Digital Economy Conference, June 16th to 18th, 2025. Queensland Gold Coast Digital Economy Council of Australia. So the governments are involved because even if most of these sessions and events, they've got government collaborations as well. In terms of networking, the government employees, they join these conferences to see what's happening. This is awesome. Just bumped into Ken Chapman, head of US at XDC Network, here at the Bitcoin conference. This veteran is driving institutional grade innovation on XDC with real capital markets muscle. And then we've got Bell over here. BlackRock just flagged quantum computing as a threat to Bitcoin's core security. But XDC Network was ahead of the curve. XDC has been actively building a quantum resistant blockchain. As you know, quantum computing, it is a threat. The processing, it is so fast that blockchains, not every network can cope up with this. So they're working on post quantum cryptography. The future is now. I really like the graphic that XDC makes. Look at this. Such a decent looking graphic over here, folks. I really like this. So awesome. XDC and XRP are about to become settlement rails, the largest asset in crypto, BTC tokenization and wrapping, BTC wrapping via XDC, BTC tokenization on XRP uses XRPL sidechains and hooks. By the way, we're concerned with this. BTC wrapping via XDC uses smart contract layer on XDC EVM compatible BTC wrapped and transferred across trade rails, enables BTC to be used in trade remittances in remittance and asset transfers, now providing use case to BTC as well while we're at it. Aligns with XDC plus Trade Finex plus R3 smart finance layers, folks. Awesome. XDC to top 25 by end of 2025. I'm really not good with timelines, as you all know, but indeed, XDC wants to become the king of the crypto world, eventually trying to innovate, trying to provide use cases. Look at this. RWA is heating up, $500 million plus already tokenized. Partners SBI, Japan, Deutsche Telekom, RAK DAO, Securitize, which is associated with BlackRock. XDC leads TradeFi, real winner with XDC 2.0 live, high performance EVM chain, account abstraction, guessless dapps. Here's what we need. XDC price 25 cents to 35 cents, market cap 4 to 5 billion dollars, catalysts, exchange listings, TradeFi news, DeFi boost. Okay. Smart money is looking for real utility, not hype. XDC offers ISO 20022 compatibility, compliance ready trade finance, AUDD stablecoin launch. Look at this. ISO standard, Swift, ISO 20022 messaging. These are the projects that we've time and again covered. Okay. Want to watch XDC climb, track new exchange volume, big enterprise pilots, RWA ETF or regulated fund, rumors. Top 25 is not a dream, it is a data backed trajectory. XDC just needs the spotlight and it is already building the stage, folks. So eventually, XDC is clawing its way and grinding its way to the top. Sooner or later, hopefully, if constant developments happens, obviously hard work does not go to waste if if it happens in the right direction, by the way. This is tokenizer. Bitso for X border payments, by the way, XDC lately. Member for MLETR London. Utila for institutional custody. Elliptic for AML compliance tools. LIBOR Capital for institutional RWAs. Qatar, a financial center for RWAs. Mica Crypto Alliance with hbar, APT. Decon 2025 sponsor for Digital Economy Australia, which we covered. So this is the progress on XDC network, folks. Qatar Financial Center, ITFA, LIBOR. Awesome, folks. This is great. This is why we're saying that it might indeed be the future of blockchain real world adoption. Okay, so let's check what Andrew Casterman says about XDC and an institutional adoption. You can check this out yourselves. We're going to be looking at bits and pieces. If you do not know who is Ender Castleman, you can check this out. Okay, geopolitical international trade flows. Let's check this out. How do you think blockchain can help the issues? We can check this one out, this one, and how XDC is involved, folks. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Four major signs. It's not your first time living on the earth.
In past life you were.
Yes, supply chain is very fragmented, and again, SMEs are so widely affected with the tariff war that the POTUS have done. So yes, given these challenges that we have mentioned, how do you think blockchain can help the issues?
The blockchain is a way basically to enable the information to be much more reliable. Blockchain, I would position it as a way to share information and to enable indeed new entrants in trade finance as well to rely on new technologies, enabling them to extend liquidity to new parties. For instance, blockchain, I would position it as one of the evolutions of open banking practices. If we look back 50 years, the banks created the MT standards on SWIFT in the 70s, then the ISO 20022. We launched at SWIFT in the late 90s. And then regulators embraced APIs for open banking regulations in the 21st century at the very beginning. And blockchains is yet an evolution of those open banking options for parties to exchange information. With an API, you exchange one-to-one. But with a blockchain, you exchange one-to-many or even many-to-many. And it's a really a way to exchange information, and from there it's a foundation, it's a piece of infrastructure, and from there are multiple use cases that can be derived across any industry, basically. And that's the beauty of the blockchain, is not dedicated to the one or the other industry. We can use it across multiple industries. A bit like we have been using the cloud across multiple industries. And I guess we'll talk about a few use cases.
Rightfully said, yes, blockchain is interoperable, right? And again, it's transparent and immutable. So yeah, given these challenges that we already addressed, I think we already pointed out that SMEs suffers the most with the inefficiencies and the fragmentation of liquidity. So how do you think tokenized trade finance instruments help to ease the resilience to the economy?
They have been hit not only by COVID and by the Trump administration tariffs, but also by bank de-risking. Bank de-risking is a consequence of the 2008 financial crisis and the way the banks have to manage their balance sheet. I won't go into the details, but it's really about balance sheet management, which has led most of the banks to focus on less risky clients and more profitable clients. And it's good practice for any business to focus on core clients and profitable clients. No issue with that. But as a consequence, smaller businesses have been de-risked by banks, so they got less funding, working capital lending from their traditional banking partners, which they use for payments, cash management, and FX activities. And as a consequence, those businesses had to turn to non-bank lenders. And we know traditionally, we know about the factoring companies, but more and more those factoring companies have been absorbed by banks. So more and more we have seen new entrants in trade finance, new lenders, new funds aiming to lend also to businesses, and new asset managers extending liquidity by usually buying assets from those SMEs, but with the objective to fund the working capital needs. Blockchain as a new piece of technology since a number of years has been a way for some of those new entrants to rely on digital technologies for anchoring contracts. For instance, if you want to protect your lending activity with a promissory note or a bill of exchange or a bill of lading as collateral, you can use blockchain to digitize this contract, because a promissory note, a bill of exchange, is a contract. I commit to reimburse you. I commit to pay, and that can be used as a collateral when financing receivables. For new entrants starting from scratch, of course, they will use as many technologies as possible rather than paper. also for the reasons of agility that we mentioned. And this is a great use case where blockchain makes a huge difference. And it's a very simple one because we're going to use blockchain for those instruments as a way to record transactions. We're not going to move money yet because that's another level of regulatory compliance and complexity. We're just going to record the contracts and track the transactions to make sure the side.
So yes, Andre, as the trade finance landscape is changing, what do you think? I mean, is XDC the right fit for it? I mean, does XDC has a strong foundation for it?
Yeah, the way I see the role for XDC is really about this interoperability across multiple parties.
Have you been sitting on a smart business idea and need to get it online? GoDaddy makes it fast and easy with user-friendly products and tools to help you on your entrepreneurial journey. Plus, get AI to help build your business for you with the all-new GoDaddy Aero experience. Start for free at godaddy.com.
Sie lädt zum Essen ein. Rund um die Welt. Mit ihr beginnt Urlaub nicht erst am Ziel, sondern schon auf dem Weg dorthin. Sie ist überall auf der Welt zu Hause und immer da, wenn man sie braucht. Die Platinum Card von American Express. Gemacht fürs Leben.
If you look at the Web 2 environment today on websites are working together. We don't see it necessarily, but when you click on one piece of hyperlink text on one site, it will go to another site and maybe to another intermediary site to track, to charge, to measure activity. And in the Web3 environment, powered by blockchains, the blockchains will interoperate as well. Based on their specialized mark or specialization, could be a target market like XDC, focusing on enterprise level applications, payments, trade finance, but also retail applications. Other chains focusing more on payments exclusively, or in particular particularly on asset management or logistics or gaming. But all of those chains will interoperate. That's where what I mean here in the Web3, like websites interoperate in Web2. So the power of XDC as extremely low cost chain and highly open from a strategic perspective, and the mindset of the co-founders is to be able to act as this glue amongst chains and to bring the value on different chains, in particular end-to-end transactions. Also in trade finance, which is a major focus of XDC, we manage the whole chain with alternative lenders, asset managers, but we need the liquidity from stablecoin issuers. So working with institutions like Circle, Ripple, and many other stablecoin issuers is strategic for xdcnetwork, because you can't do it everything by yourself. You need to interoperate and work with partners. So stablecoin issuers is a major track, but also, as I said earlier, there will be this distribution network with off-ramp and on-ramping partners like regulated broker-dealers. And that's where also XDC wants to work with as many of them. Could be Securitize in the US or ARP Digital in Bahrain and the UAE. There will be many in the future. So that's really the key role for XDC, while it's focusing in specifically on transaction banking, payments and trade finance. There is a need to bring indeed the value from partners onto the transactions operated on XDC. And this is where the interoperability across chains is now really making sense. Whereas in the past, we could have thought one chain will compete with another chain, but this perspective is the one before 2020. Now those chains are interoperating because of their level of specialization and the fact they want to enter in particular ecosystems. So we're talking to a lot the major stablecoin issuers to bring indeed.
Folks, yeah, the pre-2020 era was something else. It was sort of the competition era. Now there are partnerships, there are collaborations in this space in the world of blockchain and traditional finance that no single chain can, in my opinion, totally outcompete the other. There are areas of specialization like XDC specializing in trade finance, although it wants to do different stuff as well. But there is room for interoperability and different stuff. Anyways, folks, what do you guys think about XDC network being the future of blockchain world? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Uh, do you think that it indeed is working for blockchain adoption, and it will, and how do you think it has contributed in the last 8 years? Do hit the comment box below. Anyways, if you like this video, do check out Decent and its wallets to support the channel as well. And do support the channel by becoming a Patreon by following the links in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.